Hello. So, I I have been taking some courses for the NASM Sports Nutritionist certification, I guess you could say. And I've been learning a lot about different micronutrients and just eating to support sports. So I want to apply some of what I've learned, and what better way to do that than react to what I eat in a day, critique their eating, see if they would be able to stay on track or improve in any way with their diet. Now, disclaimer, I'm not judging anybody. I eat like garbage sometimes too. But it's really important to understand that some methods of eating are not good. So I figured, let's critique it, let's talk about it. And as far as qualifications go, I am an ultra runner in training. I have lost about 40 pounds, and I'm coming off of a short maintenance period. So I know a thing or two about eating, at least in a calorie deficit, and to fuel long runs. I literally did a 4-ish hour run today. So those are my qualifications. So with that being said, let's just get into it and react to some what I eat in a days. Alright, so I'm going to be looking over here because this is the screen with TikTok. I have a dual monitor display, and I am not using the headset to record audio, as this headset's just to hear sound so you don't double up. I have a separate camera. I will be working on fixing that in the future, so just so you know. Alright, so here's one. We're just going to pick a random one.
This is what I eat today as a beautiful plus-size bitch. If you don't want to see a confident fat woman eating, keep fucking scrolling. We don't want or need you here, bitch.
Okay, so first thing I noticed. She is swearing, and I think I heard a kid in the car. Generally speaking, try not to swear around young children. They are sponges and will pick up everything. So that's just one thing I wanted to point out. Don't swear in front of children. Even if they're your kids and you make the rules, they're gonna repeat it. They're always going to repeat it. I said one thing in front of my brother once, and now he's repeating it like it's a record. Mind you, my brother is 9. So, yeah. Be mindful of what you say around children. Sorry, I'm just gonna interrupt it. I have a lot to say. So, can't press
Good morning, beautiful bitches. Let's make a coffee. 8 ounces of whole milk, autocrat coffee syrup, and it's 1 serving. Mix. This is sugar-free white chocolate.
So, God, I just have to, I know that coffee right there is something I would have drank. The milk alone was probably like 80 to 140 calories. I usually measure when I drink dairy, I measure it by the cup because I will just drink milk. But yeah, that is a lot of dairy to be putting in a cup of coffee first thing in the morning. And 2, they put 2 different types of syrup in there. Personally, if you want to have coffee like this on the occasion as a treat, that is fantastic. I have coffees. My treat coffee from Dunkin' is a large with 4 pumps of cream and 4 pumps of flavor shot, which either I go mocha, or if it's the fall, I get pumpkin, because of course I have to get pumpkin. But that Dunkin' coffee is almost 400 calories. What she drank there is probably, I've had to guess, like 300. So not a great way to start your day, especially with a large amount of sugar. I would recommend protein, and if you're going to drink coffee, I do it, try to drink it black, or put just a dash of cream and just a dash of sugar. You do not want your bulk of your calories coming from liquid. You're going to be starving.
Coke Zero with no ice, of course. Small fry.
Okay, Coke Zero.
I got a McDouble. Of course, I got everything on it. I love everything on these bitches.
Water number 2.
So, okay, she's drinking water. But first thing is, like, why do these videos, I've seen a few and I've seen a bunch of reactions to them. This is a guilty pleasure. I've been wanting to make this kind of content for a while. But why do they always have to take a slow, awkward, and kind of gross bite of the food? Like, as if they're proving they're eating it. We believe you. We believe you're eating the McDouble. Why would you buy a McDouble and not eat it? You're not a mukbang YouTuber. And two, why do they always, they're getting into water, but the Coke Zero is fine, that's 0 calories. I generally, if you're trying to lose weight, I wouldn't recommend drinking sweet things, even if it's 0 calories, because I'll drink a sweet thing and then I want to eat because it makes you hungry. Now, if you have everything dialed in and under control, drinking a sweet thing that is 0 or full calories, doesn't matter. As long as you work it into your calorie budget and manage it properly, you're fine. But something tells me she's not doing that. Just pointing that out. And number 2, she's drinking water. She's putting a stick of Skittles into it. I don't know what those are. I will occasionally drink an electrolyte packet with my water, especially after a workout or a run. Usually that is like 0 to 50 calories is the electrolyte mixes I use, depending on how much sodium I need. I probably, like today I was hot and sweaty, I drank a liquid IV with my water and creatine after my run to get those electrolytes. I probably should have used an element instead since my run was so long. But, you know, that was to replenish the salt I lost from sweating for 4 hours or so. But yeah, don't add stuff to your water. If you need flavor in your water, squeeze a little lemon or use a fruit infuser. Don't add processed powdered mixes because they're just not good for you. They're just chemicals. Unless they're serving a specific purpose, don't bother.
Wild cherry. Shake that bitch. Gotta go. Pancakes and banana.
Alright, so we're pretty much at the end of this one, but it's pancakes and bananas. There's no protein there. You need protein. You literally need, like, every part of your body is made up of proteins. You need proteins to live. The only protein she got today was a little bit from the milk, because milk has protein. So if you need a little bit of protein and you have calorie budget, milk is a good way to get a little bit of protein, but it was the burger patty. Other than that, her entire day was devoid of any reasonable or sustainable source of protein. That is a problem. I am not a dietitian or nutrition expert, but I do know humans need protein to function. She got plenty of carbs and she got some fat in there, which are good, but protein helps you feel full, it keeps you full. Protein and fiber will help you feel full, keep you full. I'm not even gonna bother trying to calculate the calories because she had some questionable stuff in there, but if she's having a hard time with her weight, it's probably because she's eating nothing but carbs or highly processed food all day. If you focus on eating whole fruits, whole vegetables, and lean meats, 1, less food will make you feel full faster. 2, you're gonna feel full longer. Trust me, I know from experience. I used to eat processed garbage all the time. I was hungry all the time. I was sluggish. I felt terrible. I started eating whole, healthy foods. I'm feeling so much better. And now I'm not perfect. I have Cliff Bars, the running gels I eat while running, the electrolyte mixes. There's other stuff that's ultra processed I have in my diet. Like I have like a couple energy drinks a week. I'll have occasional soda. If it's a D&D night, I will have junk food, but it's like not a daily occurrence. It's once every couple of days. So I would say she has a lot to improve on, especially if she wants to feel good. Trust me, if you want to feel good, you need to start with your diet. Diet and sleep, I'd say, are probably the 2 most important things to how you feel. If your diet is garbage, you're going to sleep like garbage. If you sleep like garbage, your diet's going to be like garbage. You need to get those under control. Alright, on to the next one. Let's scroll. So, So I'm just gonna pick a random one. I haven't looked through any of these, but what I eat in a day. Here's one. Bacon, okay. So I'm gonna pause it right here. So far he has had nothing. I mean, the bacon had a little bit of protein, but it's mostly fat, and the fat from bacon, I know it's from animal fat is generally okay for you. It's not as bad as, say, fat from like a bag of potato chips or a deep fried chicken wing, but bacon fat is probably not the best, and some bacon isn't gonna have enough protein to keep you full. He's had nothing but carbs. If you're carb loading and you're eating like this, I can't judge. And this man looks fairly fit, so this might be inflammatory. It just says back at it again with the good eats for the description. And there's no context. He's just eating food. And what is up with these what I eat in a day videos of I'm going to eat the food on camera? Like, I just don't get it. I find it weird. I know some people find that stuff infuriating, but it's just weird. You can just show us the food. You don't have to eat it on camera. That's just my one thing. And it's an observation. I've seen a lot of what I eat in a day videos. So, yeah, that's just one thing I noticed. Let's continue and see what this guy eats. Parfait. The yogurt might have protein. Eggs, great source of protein, and water. Strawberry banana smoothie. Chicken taco. So, the tacos, depending on where they came from, are probably good. Like, chicken is a great source of protein. I noticed for breakfast he also had eggs. Eggs are like the ultimate protein cheat code. Like, if you eat the whole egg with the yolk, just think about it. The yolk has like everything you need to grow a chick. So imagine what it can do for you. So eggs are like, I will say, if you need protein, an egg is a relatively low calorie way to get a protein boost. The chicken tacos can be healthy. The tortillas have a little bit of carbs, but carbs aren't necessarily bad, especially if you're an athlete. And chicken has protein, and he had some rice. Rice isn't bad. I'd say rice is a fantastic carb from my experience. White rice does have a high glycemic effect, but it's not the worst carb you can have. It's a whole food carb. So I can't judge you for having some rice along with like a veggie and a meat for a dinner. That is completely healthy and reasonable. What matters is how much of each. You should have mostly veggies and protein with a little bit of rice, not a mountain of rice and a little bit of meat and veggies. You know what I mean? It's all about getting the ratios correct. All right, let's see how he finishes his day. Beans are great protein and carb source. I was hoping, honestly, I did not vet these videos beforehand. I was hoping we'd see a protein bar. Protein bars do have protein, but they also have a lot of sugar and carbs. Now, apparently the Cliff Bar I have as a regular snack I ate it because it had a lot of carbs and was tasty, but apparently they're protein bars. I didn't know that. If you want a candy bar, but you're worried about your protein intake, and you don't want like the just candy bar to be a waste of calories, a protein bar is an excellent alternative. You're getting protein, they sometimes have fiber, they have carbs. They're better than a candy bar, but they're still not great. They're like a glorified candy bar. So if you want a candy bar, protein bars are an excellent option. If you're eating a protein bar to get protein, I recommend just scrambling up a couple eggs instead. For the same amount of, you're going to be more satisfied with the eggs than you would a protein bar. Since protein bars are sweet, they have sugar, they're going to make you want to eat more. Just one thing I've noticed, I'll have them like an hour or two before a run for the carb boost. Cliff Bars, But it's like don't rely on them for your daily protein intake. But if you want a candy bar, have a protein bar instead. They're practically the same thing, but the protein bar has a little added protein. So, it helps. It's a little more nutritional. It's still not great, but, a little more nutritional. And cookies, okay. He didn't have a ton. Veggie straws. More water. He's actually drinking water. Like real water. I drink water all the time. And I appreciate that he showed what he was eating and drinking beyond just water. He also had a smoothie in there. But this guy, I wish he showed us some of his exercise. Because he looks pretty jacked. So he might be, working out a lot. And if you work out a lot, you need a ton of carbs. I personally try to eat at least 200 grams on sedentary days, 300 plus grams on exercise days. Today, I have a ton more eating to do for carbs and protein. So it's like if you're an athlete and you need a lot and you exercise high volume a lot, you do need those carbs. They're not the enemy. My only recommendation for him would be the breakfast with French toast sticks and pancakes. I would steer away from those because they're going to make you have that blood sugar spike, then drop, and you're just going to be really, really hungry by the time you get to lunch. I'd recommend replacing those with maybe like a bowl of oatmeal. Oats are carbs, they have some protein in them. You can add protein powder to your oatmeal. I do that. And some berries. Some fruit. Fruit are an excellent form of carbs. They have fiber in them, so you get that slow burn. Unless you need fast energy, I'd recommend getting those carbs like fruits, veggies. And maybe, I think brown rice might be. I'm not an expert, but I know white rice is pretty bad with the whole spike and drop. But yeah. Alright, we'll do one more. And we'll call it a day, I guess you could say. This is my first ever real reaction video. I'm reacting to actual videos. I've reacted to memes before, but, Let's see. Everything I consumed at my 9-to-5 job. Let's see how relatable this is. I work a 9-to-5. Element. That man is drinking the ocean. I drink Element. Each Element pack has about 1,000 milligrams of sodium. They are delicious, don't get me wrong. I had their salted watermelon flavor, and it was like salt up front, then a fruity aftertaste. It was pretty good. Very salty. If you don't like salty things, you would not like Element. But electrolytes are good. One thing though, unless you're getting really sweaty and you're working out really hard, you might not need electrolytes. I know getting a ton of salt can cause bloating and water weight gain, so I haven't gotten to the electrolytes segment of my NASM training yet, but I just know salt can cause water weight gain, so if you're really vigilant about your weight and physique, just be cautious about the electrolyte drinks. Unless you're very intensely working out frequently, just the salt from your diet should be okay, unless you're avoiding all salt, which then why are you drinking something with 1,000 milligrams of sodium? But I digress. Let's continue. The reaction, yeah, that's salty. Coffee, black coffee. That's 2 to 5 calories for the cup. Very good. Doesn't like black coffee. Yogurt bowl. So Greek yogurt, I start my morning off with banana or Greek yogurt. So Greek yogurt is an excellent source of fat and protein, so fantastic. If you get plain Greek yogurt, that is the best. I get plain Greek yogurt with fruit on the bottom, so it has some added sugar, but it's some added sugar isn't going to kill you. And I noticed he had a lot of fruit and some powder on it, which could have been protein powder, or could have been just cocoa powder. Either way, that looks like a very balanced breakfast. The fruit has fiber, the yogurt has protein. If it's Greek yogurt, I'm assuming it's Greek yogurt, because this guy seems like he has his head on straight. and berries. I like me a good yogurt and some berries. It's probably tastier than the black coffee and the salt. Gum. I chew gum all the time, so. Oh, coffee too. See, I drink one coffee, and that gets me through most of the day. Sometimes I'll get one later in the afternoon. Does he not like black coffee? Or is it hot? Ground beef and avocado. So, avocado has great healthy fats in it. I like putting avocado on like salads and stuff, and ground beef. I would say he needs more carbs in his diet. Simply because, ground beef and avocado doesn't have a ton of carbs. But it's high in protein, and if you season it right, it probably tastes good. Not judging. But seriously, add some veggies in it, more veggies in there. Add some variety, it's not gonna kill you. And that better be seasoned, because spices are free. Calorie-wise, you have to eat like a whole jar of spice for it to really make a difference. So put seasoning on your food. Don't be afraid to season your food. It'll make it more delicious, and you'll be more satisfied. I am a spice master. I love spicing up my foods. So, if I see something that looks bland, I'm gonna point it out. Canada Dry. This looks like a diet, so 0 calories. Still not the best. Aspartame is not the best sweetener. And soda. Does he just react negatively to everything he drinks? He winces at everything he has drank that day. The electrolytes, the coffee, the Canada Dry. Okay, a Honeycrisp apple. There's his carbs. I love Honeycrisp. That's one of my favorite apple types. Sushi bar. Okay, good, more carbs. He just gets them later in the day, which is, I don't know if that's smart or not. More gum. More gum. See, is he chewing the whole pack or just pieces? Because he's opening the packs. A Diet Coke. Is he gonna wince at this one? He's chugging it. Yeah. I'm sorry, dude, but is he allergic to flavor? Because he's winced at every beverage he has drank. If you don't like the flavor of liquid, just drink water. It's flavorless. Its flavor is its temperature. Warm water is round, cold water is pointy. We all know this. But yeah, he's winced at everything. Is that all he had? I'll get started. Huh. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good day of eating, and I assume he's having a balanced dinner. But just, I'd say not bad, solid day all overall. Alright, I enjoyed reacting to some of these, what I eat in a day. The ones I've mostly encountered are the what I eat in a day as a fat person. We did cover one of those, but I think it's important to look at other people as well, because you can be fit looking and eat like garbage, kind of like the second guy in the video, or you could be pretty average and eat pretty average. It's just good to look at all sorts of eating, and you gotta understand that we all have different stories and different lifestyles. Like today, I'm probably gonna have to eat like 3,000 calories because I went on an 18-mile run. Yeah, I need to eat a lot to keep up with that. So if you exercise a lot or you're an athlete, you may need to eat more. If you're sedentary all the time, you're going to need to eat less. And as overall, I would recommend avoiding those super ultra processed sugary carbs. Unless it's a once in a while treat, I just avoid it altogether. You will feel so much better. It causes less inflammation. Get carbs from fruits, potatoes, starchy vegetables. You'll feel better for it, trust me. I know from experience. Alright, enough food-related ranting. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. I'm probably going to make more reaction-style content like this. I enjoyed filming it, and I'll probably enjoy editing it, if we're honest. And with that, just thank you so much for just reacting to these. And comment, what kind of foods do you eat? I want to know. I really like just seeing how other people eat, because I don't really see how other people eat on a day-to-day basis. I'm pretty solitary, so it's like hard to analyze how crazy or not crazy I am, but you know. It's always fun to compare notes and see who does what. And if you participate in any sports, please also include that. I love hearing other athletes' testimonies and stories. So, I guess, rambling aside, I'm going to call it a day, and I will see you in the next one.